boys and girls, here is a polar bear project, but I first want to inspire you a little bit with some artwork by an artist named Ted Harrison. He resides in the Yukon, which is a place very, very far north in Canada, and he loves to create paintings and artwork that displays the beautiful colors and culture of the life that he experiences there. You can see that his artwork has lots of really bright, bold, warm colors that we don't normally think of when we're thinking of the cold Arctic. So we're going to let that inspire us as we create our background for our polar bear today. On my white piece of paper, I have it turned vertically, and I am going to begin with a black crayon, and with this black crayon I'm just creating a Arctic landscape. So I'm thinking snow and ice caps and mountains in the background. So I'm using those wavy lines that are kind of stacked to show space in my landscape. These wavy hills and wavy lines are going to be the mountains and the background. Now, in Ted Harrison's artwork, he used bright oranges, reds, yellows to show warmth, and he used the blues, purples, and turquoises to show the cold. So I'm going to use both of those color schemes to help show that this artwork is inspired by Ted Harrison. So I am tracing right next to my curved lines with bright, bold colors. I'm also going to add a sun, and I'm going to make it that pink coral color that he makes his sun in a lot of his artwork that shows the Arctic. And once I'm done with my drawing and I've used oil pastels to trace my lines, I'm going to use some paint to paint in areas. Now I'm going to focus on making sure that the sky is warm. So I have warm colors, which, if we remember those correctly, are red, orange, and yellow. So I'm going to use those in the color scheme of my sky. I'm also going to mix in a little bit of pink in there. So I'm using those colors and just painting in the sky with warm colors. When it comes to painting in the snow banks, the icebergs, the mountains, I'm going to think of cool colors. So I'm going to be using my blues and purples and even mixing those together or allowing them to kind of blend together with the water. And it's okay for this part to leave some white. Those white spaces show the snow and the places where snow would be laying on the ground or on the mountains. Keep painting until you're happy with that, and then your painting will need some dry time on the drying rack. On my second sheet of white paper, and remember this one is turned vertical also, I'm going to work on drawing my polar bear. I'm going to start out with the two ears. They're like the letter C, and one goes one way and one goes the other. That's pretty simple and an easy way to get started. I'm going to connect the ears, so the curved line that goes in between the ears. And after that, then I'm just going to make some kind of bumpy lines that go down to the bottom of my paper. Next, I'm going to add the inside of the polar bear ears, which is just another curved line, just slightly smaller on the inside, kind of like a little letter C on both sides. Then I am going to begin adding the facial features. I'm going to start out by adding two straight lines down They are parallel, and these are going to be the nose. Then at the top of each of those lines, I'm going to add 2 small circles for the eyes. I'm going to add a triangle shape with rounded corners for the nose right at the bottom of those lines. I'm going to add 2 little circles inside the eyes. This is called the catchlight of the eyes, and it really helps them to look alive. Add the mouth by adding a straight line down from the nose and then 2 straight lines out from that. And then I'm going to add kind of a bumpy V line for the bottom of the bear's chin. Starting about halfway down on each side, I'm going to add a big curved line for each bear paw. With your drawing, then it is time to trace with Sharpie. I'm going to speed this up a little bit, and there are a couple places where it is okay to color in with a Sharpie. You can trace around the catchlight and then color in the rest of the eyes. You can also color in the nose and the inside of the ears. When I am tracing, I'm also making my line kind of bumpy, zigzaggy to show the fur of the polar bear. After I finish tracing, I'm going to add the claws on each paw and also some texture lines to show the hair on my bear. When I'm done with a Sharpie, I am erasing all of my pencil lines. This just helps to make your lines look extra clean and crisp. Now that my painting is dry, it is time to get that back out, and I'm going to cut out my bear. Just one simple line around the outside edge, and I try really hard not to cut off the outline on my bear. I just cut right next to it, and that way I do not lose the outline or that contrast that's around the outside edge, the contour line of my bear. Once you're done cutting, you can turn your bear over and add a line, just a line and you'll be fine, of glue around the outside edge of the bear. Now glue Mr. Polar Bear down and make sure that you give the back of your paper a good massage after you press him down, just to make sure that your polar bear has plenty of stick time. Glue needs some stick time, so press him down and then flip your paper over and give your paper a good massage to make sure that it is nice and glued down. This is also a great time to write your name on the back of your paper. I cannot wait to see all the polar Arctic amazingness that you create. Happy creating!